I'm sitting here with Abe Clark, and if you don't know who Abe Clark is, you need to know who Abe Clark is. He is, well, I'm just going to let you tell your story, what you've been doing for the past how many months?
Well, I'm running across America solo and unsupported. It's about 2,900 miles, and I started in Oceanside, California on February 15th, and hope to be in Atlantic City, New Jersey on June 30th. So my goal is to raise $100,000 for Living Water International, and it's just been amazing to see the money come in, and how God's using all of that, and I'm just constantly amazed by people's generosity and a willingness to give. So
well, and tell me this, because a lot of the people that join in and check out Advent Conspiracy, and I know a lot of you did this with your family, the whole AC thing during Christmas with your family or your church or your small group. And with Advent Conspiracy, the whole point of AC is in order to understand who Christ is, and not just his birth, not just during Christmas, but 365 days a year, to get back into the authentic story.
Yeah.
We have to slow down, and we have to look at our world differently, and not just let the truth of who Christ is resonate within ourselves, but how we impact for change the world. And tell me about that. Like, for you, why was this something that you said, I'm going to do this? Because it's a lot of sacrifice. So what was that?
Yeah. Well, I think God gives you passions, and and it's up to you to figure out and to use those passions for the glory of God, and figure out how you can use them. And for me, it's running, obviously, and I just really wanted to figure out a way that I can use this to glorify God. And I just really encourage anybody to God's will for your life is not, he's not going to make you go to Africa or something if that's not what you desire. So it's really just finding what God has given you to be passionate about, and using it to glorify God.
Yeah, and that is exactly what when we started this whole AC movement, it was literally encouraging people, saying, enter into this story, enter and figure out what God is saying to you, and then just go out and live it and do it. And now, to put this give you a little context, what is it, 22 miles a day is what you're doing. So imagine waking up and knowing you have to run 22 miles today, and then you'll have to run 22 miles tomorrow, 7 days a week, or you take a day off.
The 22 includes a day off, usually.
So, all I had to look forward to this week was the series finale of Lost, and this, I'm just embarrassed
I'm
now
a
because
Lost fan too.
I hope you're going to be able to watch it. But
I'm a couple seasons behind, but still a fan.
I would imagine. Well, we won't spoil the ending for you. We want to make sure you get caught up. Yeah. But really, so again, now tell them how, if they wanted to follow your story and if they wanted to donate, how do they get involved?
Well, you can check out my website. It's runningwater.cc, and on there you can join the website, and I do a daily blog, and write about the day's events, and I do weekly pictures, a monthly video, and there's all that on there. And then you can donate on my website, and there's also a link to Living Water's website where they have a thing where it tracks, you can buy a mile for $35, and it tracks the donors versus me, and so we're at 58,000 right now, which is really cool, and we're pretty neck and neck. I think I'm winning a little by a little bit, but that's where I personally, the competitive side of me wants to keep it.
Like, no,
it's not really the point.
But that, anything, 22 miles a day, you got to have something that's like, okay, I know this is for clean water, this is awesome. Well, I'm going to beat him. I'm going to beat him. So and now, again, what I want you guys to remember is how many people are doing this with you? How are you supported? Like, how does that?
I do have a lot of gear sponsors and like my shoes. And,
But you don't have a van following you, like with
No,
a team
it's-
that's saying, "Here's some Gatorade."
I have a baby jogging stroller that I push and has all my camping gear and everything if I have to camp out, or I have a little thing of food that I can eat out of there. It's getting a lot better now that I'm getting in the east and it's a lot more populated, but some of the stretches between towns in the west are, anywhere from 50 to 100 miles of
Yeah.
nothing.
Well, and it was good that you were able to run through the desert area
Yeah.
early spring, or I guess winter even.
Yeah.
But so imagine that. I mean, he doesn't have. There's not a team behind him that's doing this. This is literally a story of someone who just said, "I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this alone." Now that's why we need you to at least virtually just come alongside him. Send. I don't know if they can send you emails or anything on your
Yep,
website.
you can do comments and
Yeah, so that's cool. We got to encourage you, man, because that's an amazing story. Anything else that you want to say to people that are watching this?
yeah, just I'm happy that I've kind of gotten to this point. I mean, in the beginning, it was steps of faith to even say I want to do something like this. So I just really encourage you, if God has laid something on your heart to do, it's not. He's not going to let you down. You just have to go after it, and He'll bless you in more ways than you can imagine. And if not, then you just keep going anyways.
Just keep on going. I had one more thing. Excuse me. That you said to us earlier. How many people have run across America, and you had some numbers about that.
I think about 220 have done the run, whether it's there's a couple races, believe it or not, they've gone across.
Mm-hmm.
So people have finished that, and then there's about 12 to 15 who have done it unsupported. So most of them doing the baby jogging stroller method.
Mm-hmm.
There's a couple backpackers, but I think those are the early ones.
Yeah,
I figured
yeah.
that's not a good idea.
That's not healthy on the back.
No.
That can't be good. All right, well, hey, thanks a lot for
Yeah,
just
thank
coming
you.
in and talking with us. He's here in St. Louis. Abe's here in St. Louis with us for just a couple days, passing through. And I know that I'm actually, we're at a church right now at the Crossing Church in St. Louis. And a lot of the people that were here were inspired by Abe's story. And they actually, I think there was a couple, was it 200 that we had? Yeah, about 200 people that ran the St. Louis half and full marathon to raise money for Living Water, and they were just really inspired by what Abe was doing.
Well, I think, believe it or not, I think it's reversed. They had, done the marathon and stuff for a couple of years now, and one of the reasons why I liked Living Water so much is, looking at what your church has done, and really, and kind of, you've put the stamp mark on it that you can use running to glorify God, and this whole thing, how it ties in
That's
with
true.
running, and so definitely I think it's reversed. But
Yeah. Well, and I will tell you though, there was people who put on shoes for the first time for this marathon,
Yeah.
and it was solely because if he can run for clean water every single day, I can do this. I can do this, and so you've just been a huge inspiration to many here. So it does go both ways. So thanks again.
Definitely
just
does,
for
and
doing
we're
that.
looking for more recruits too.
Absolutely.
If you got a marathon or even a 5K, 10K that you're looking to do, check out the Living Water website, and you can get a online fundraising page set up, and
There you
get
go.
a sweet T-shirt, and
And they are sweet T-shirts. So.
spread the word. So.
All righty. Well, thanks a lot for joining us, and thanks again, Abe. It was
Yep.
good hanging with you. All right.